All right, real talk. When was the last time you actually Googled a flight just for fun? Like 2 in the morning, no real plan, just curious? Yeah, same. But here's the thing. Millions of Americans are doing way more than just window shopping in 2026. They are searching, comparing, and secretly planning escapes to places you would never expect. Is it Japan? Sure. But also Albania? Yes, really. So grab your phone, put it on silent, and let us run through the top 10 countries Americans are genuinely curious about this year. No fluff, just facts. Let us go. Number 10. Albania. All right, let us start with a major curveball, Albania. For years, most Americans could not even find it on a map. But in 2026, that is changing fast. According to the Albanian National Tourism Agency, United States searches for Albania travel jumped over 40% in 2025 alone. And early 2026 data shows that number still climbing. So what is the deal? Simple. Albania is cheap, beautiful, and not crowded. Think crystal clear Ionian beaches that give Greece a real run for their money, but without the $18 cocktails. We are talking about places like Samel and Dermi, where you can get fresh seafood and a beach lounger for under $15 a day. But it is not just beaches. Americans are also curious about Berat, which locals call the town of 1,000 windows, and the accursed mountains for legit hiking. Plus, Albania lets United States citizens stay up to a full year without a visa. No joke. Add in super affordable eats like a warm burek pastry for $1 or a full grilled fish dinner for under $8, and suddenly you understand why Gen Z travelers and budget-conscious adventurers are obsessing. The only catch is that direct flights are still limited, but connections through Athens, Rome, or Istanbul are easy and cheap. For 2026, Albania is no longer a secret. It is a genuine contender for the smart traveler's map. Number 9. Colombia. Colombia has been shaking off its old reputation for years now, and 2026 is the year Americans finally got the memo. According to Google Trends data from late 2025, United States searches for Medellin and Cartagena hit all-time highs, beating out many traditional Mexican beach destinations. So, what changed? Safety, for starters. The Colombian government has invested heavily in tourist security, and major cities now have dedicated police forces for visitors. But the real hook is variety. You want a cool, spring-like city with amazing nightlife and digital nomad spots? Medellin is your place. You want walled colonial cities right on the Caribbean? Cartagena delivers. You want coffee mountains and horseback riding? Head to the Cocora Valley. And the food scene is quietly becoming world-class. We are not just talking arepas, though those are amazing. We are talking about fine dining in Bogota that costs a fraction of what you would pay in New York or Los Angeles. According to flight data from Kayak, round trips to Colombia from major United States hubs dropped by nearly 15% in early 2026, making it cheaper to fly to Bogota than to many domestic cities. The Colombian peso is also sitting at a favorable exchange rate, meaning your dollar goes noticeably further. For solo travelers, Colombia is especially attractive. Hostels are social, locals are welcoming, and English is becoming more common in tourist zones. The bottom line is that Americans are not just curious about Colombia anymore, they are booking tickets. Number 8. South Korea. South Korea is not new to the spotlight, but 2026 is different. Previously, most Americans only thought about Seoul. Now they are searching for Busan, Jeju Island, and even smaller cities like Gyeongju. According to data from the Korea Tourism Organization, United States visitors in late 2025 were up 32% compared to pre-pandemic levels, and early 2026 bookings are even stronger. So what is driving the surge? Two big things. First, K-culture is mainstream. K-pop, K-dramas, and Korean food have fully crossed over in the United States. People want to see where their favorite shows were filmed. They want to eat tteokbokki from a street stall in Hongdae. They want to visit a themed cafe that serves coffee next to raccoons or sheep. Second, South Korea is incredibly practical for American travelers. It is safe, clean, and has public transit that puts most United States cities to shame. You can land at Incheon International Airport, hop on an express train, and be in downtown Seoul in under an hour. Plus, the Korean Electronic Travel Authorization makes entry simple. For 2026, a new trend is emerging: long weekend trips. With improved flight connections through Alaska Air and Delta, some West Coast Americans are flying to Korea for just 4 or 5 days. That would have been unthinkable 5 years ago. Add in the fact that Korean skincare and fashion are huge draws for younger travelers, and you get a country that feels both exotic and oddly familiar. Americans are curious because Korea delivers exactly what social media promises. No letdown. Number 7. Portugal. Portugal has been climbing American travel lists for a few years, but 2026 is shaping up to be its biggest year yet. According to solo travel data from Explore, Portugal racks up nearly 9,000 annual searches specifically for Americans traveling alone, placing it firmly in the top 5 for independent adventurers. But it is not just solo travelers. The mainland is hot, but the autonomous region of Madeira is on fire. Skyscanner reports that this volcanic island, known for its eternal spring climate, is seeing a massive surge in interest as Americans look for so-called coolcations, places that offer stunning natural landscapes without the oppressive summer heat. With new direct flights from the United States launching in late 2025, suddenly this Atlantic paradise is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. And let us talk about value. Portugal remains significantly cheaper than its neighbor Spain. You can get a fresh pastel de nata for around $1. A solid hotel room in Lisbon or Porto costs far less than a comparable room in Rome or Paris. But the real hidden gem in 2026 is the Algarve region. Americans are discovering that the southern coast of Portugal offers dramatic cliffs, golden beaches, and fishing villages that have not been fully overrun by tourists yet. The data shows a 200% increase in searches for towns like Lagos and Sagres. Add in world-class surfing, amazing seafood, and a time zone that matches most of Western Europe, and Portugal becomes a no-brainer for Americans who want European charm without the European price tag. Number 6. Thailand. Thailand has always been on the bucket list, but in 2026, it moved from someday to book it now. The data around solo travel is particularly loud here. According to Explore, Thailand racks up over 21,000 annual United States searches specifically for solo travel, coming in second only to Japan. Why? Because Thailand has perfected the art of the social hostel and the street food tour. Young Americans are craving that White Lotus energy, but on a backpacker's budget. Whether it is the full moon parties on Koh Phangan or the serene temples of Chiang Mai, the country offers a safe, affordable, and wildly exciting environment for first-time solo adventurers. But 2026 is also bringing in a different crowd: digital nomads. Thailand recently extended its long-term visa options, making it easier for remote workers to stay for months at a time. According to Nomad List, Bangkok and Chiang Mai rank in the top 5 cities worldwide for cost of living versus internet speed. You can live comfortably on $1,000 a month. That is a massive draw for Americans tired of paying $3,000 for a tiny studio in Austin or Denver. Food is another huge factor. Thai street food is legendary, and you can eat like a king for $5 a day. Pad Thai from a cart, mango sticky rice for dessert, fresh coconut water to wash it down. Plus, the Thai people have a well-earned reputation for being warm and welcoming to visitors. For 2026, the only real challenge is the flight time. Getting from the United States to Thailand takes at least 20 hours. But once you land, the low cost of living and high quality of life make every hour in the air worth it. Number 5. Costa Rica. Alright, listen up. If you thought Costa Rica was already played out, the 2026 data says you are dead wrong. This Central American gem is absolutely dominating the charts. Skyscanner reported that Limon, a coastal city on the Caribbean side, saw a staggering 286% increase in flight searches from United States travelers. Why the specific spike? It is the Pura Vida lifestyle. Americans are stressed out, and they are searching for eco-tourism and wellness retreats. Costa Rica is the king of that. Whether it is ziplining through the rainforest in Monteverde or spotting sloths in Tortuguero National Park, it offers adventure that feels raw but completely safe. Additionally, solo travel data places Costa Rica in the top 3 for United States solo travelers, meaning it is not just for honeymooners anymore. The country has also become a major hub for wellness tourism. Think yoga retreats, surf camps, and farm-to-table dining that puts most American farm-to-table spots to shame. According to data from the Costa Rica Tourism Board, United States visitors spend an average of 10 nights in the country, which is longer than almost any other international destination. That matters because it shows people are not just stopping by, they are settling in for a real break. The Nicoya Peninsula, one of the world's blue zones where people live exceptionally long lives, is getting special attention in 2026. Travelers want to know the secret to longevity, and they are willing to book a week in a small eco-lodge to find out. Costa Rica is not cheap compared to other Central American countries, but it is reliable. The water is safe to drink. The roads are decent. The healthcare is excellent. For Americans who want nature without roughing it too hard, Costa Rica is the perfect middle ground. Number 4. New Zealand. New Zealand is roaring back to life in 2026, and frankly, it is about time. Kayak recently reported that Christchurch is the fastest growing destination for United States travelers, with a jaw-dropping 194% year-over-year increase in flight interest. So why the sudden rush? A lot of it has to do with new non-stop services that have slashed travel times, making the land of the long white cloud feel a lot less daunting to reach. But the real hook is the wilderness. Americans are desperate for wide open spaces and epic road trips, and nowhere does it better than New Zealand. Whether it is the adventure capital of Queenstown or the serene fjords of Milford Sound, the country offers a level of safety and jaw-dropping scenery that is perfect for both Gen Z solo travelers and boomers looking for that once-in-a-lifetime trip. There is also a specific cultural trend driving New Zealand interest in 2026. Film tourism. The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies put New Zealand on the map, but now a new generation is discovering the landscapes through social media. TikTok and Instagram reels featuring the Hooker Valley Track or Roy's Peak get millions of views. Young Americans want to recreate those shots. They want to stand in the exact spot where the movies were filmed. According to Tourism New Zealand, searches for Hobbiton movie set have doubled among United States users in the last year. But here's the reality check. New Zealand is expensive. There is no way around it. Flights are pricey. And once you are there, gas, food, and accommodation cost more than in most of Europe. That said, Americans are willing to save up for this one. They are treating it as a big anniversary trip or a graduation gift to themselves. For 2026, New Zealand is not a spontaneous weekend getaway. It is a goal. And right now, millions of Americans have that goal locked in their browsers. Number 3. Italy. Italy never really leaves the top 10, but 2026 is different because Americans are avoiding the usual hotspots. According to Expedia data, searches for Rome and Venice are actually flat or slightly down, while searches for places like Bologna, Lecce, and the Abruzzo region are up over 50%. This is the rise of so-called underdog Italy. Travelers have seen the crowds at the Colosseum and the lines at the Vatican. They are tired of it. Instead, they want the Italy that locals actually experience. Bologna, for example, is a food paradise. It is where you go for authentic ragu, handmade tortellini, and some of the oldest restaurants in Europe. Lecce, in the heel of the boot, offers stunning Baroque architecture and beaches that rival the Caribbean. And Abruzzo gives you mountains, national parks, and tiny hilltop villages that feel frozen in time. The data from Kayak shows that flight prices to lesser-known Italian airports like Brindisi and Pescara dropped significantly in late 2025, making these hidden gems more accessible than ever. Another shift is the rise of slow travel. Americans are booking 2 or 3 week trips instead of rushing through 5 cities in 10 days. They want to take cooking classes, learn a little Italian, and actually relax. There is also a practical reason Italy remains so high on the list. The train system is excellent. You can get almost anywhere without a car. For Americans who are nervous about driving overseas, that is a huge relief. And yes, the food is every bit as good as you have heard. Fresh pasta, wood-fired pizza, gelato that makes the stuff back home taste like frozen sugar water. Italy in 2026 is not about checking boxes. It is about sinking in and staying a while. Number 2. Japan. Japan is not just a country Americans are curious about. It is a full-blown national obsession. Data from Explore confirms Japan as the undisputed king of solo travel searches, pulling in nearly 28,000 annual United States queries. Expedia even listed Okinawa as one of the top trending destinations for 2026, noting a 71% increase in search interest as travelers look for the tropical, beachier side of Japan away from the neon lights of Tokyo. So what is driving the curiosity? It is the safety, the efficiency, and the sheer wonderful weirdness of the culture. Americans feel completely safe navigating the subways alone at midnight. They crave the sushi, the shrines, and the crazy vending machines that sell everything from hot ramen to fresh eggs. With the yen remaining favorable to the dollar, 2026 is shaping up to be the year every other person on your Instagram feed is eating ramen in Shinjuku. But there is something else happening. Japan is actively courting American tourists in ways it never did before. The government has rolled out new digital nomad visas, improved English signage everywhere, and launched campaigns specifically targeting United States travelers. According to the Japan National Tourism Organization, American spending in Japan hit record highs in late 2025, with visitors spending an average of $300 per day on food, shopping, and experiences. That is huge. Americans are not just visiting Japan, they are splurging there. Whether it is a omakase dinner, a stay at a traditional ryokan, or a ticket to the brand new Studio Ghibli theme park, travelers want the premium experience, and Japan delivers. The only real downside is that Japan can be overwhelming for first-timers. The social rules are different. The crowds in Tokyo can be intense, but the data shows that Americans are doing their homework. They are watching videos, reading blogs, and showing up prepared. For 2026, Japan is the gold standard of international travel, and it is not even close. Number 1. United Kingdom. And taking the top spot for 2026 is the United Kingdom. Now, before you yawn and say, "Been there, done that," look at the data. It is not just about tea and crumpets anymore. According to relocation studies, the United Kingdom is the third most searched destination for Americans looking to move abroad, with over 60,000 annual searches. We are not just visiting London for a long weekend. We want to live there, or at least pretend we do for a month while working remotely. The surge is fueled by strong cultural familiarity and the strength of the entertainment industry, from Bridgerton tourism to the massive draw of the Premier League. But 2026 has added new layers. According to Expedia, the Cotswolds, a region of rolling hills and storybook villages, is one of the top trending destinations for American travelers this year. People are skipping London entirely and heading straight to the countryside. Another major driver is the exchange rate. The British pound has stabilized at a level that is reasonable for Americans, meaning your money goes further than it did 5 or 10 years ago. A nice dinner in London might still cost you, but not the soul-crushing amount it used to. There is also a massive cultural pull from Scottish tourism. Searches for Edinburgh and the Isle of Skye are up over 40% according to Visit Britain. Americans want the moody landscapes, the castles, and the whiskey. They want to feel like they are in a period drama. And let us be honest, the language thing matters. The United Kingdom is the ultimate comfort zone for Americans who are nervous about traveling internationally. Same language, similar customs, easy electrical outlets, familiar brands. But it is just different enough to feel exciting. For 2026, the United Kingdom is not just a destination. It is a second home for the American traveler. So there you have it. 10 countries Americans can't stop searching for in 2026. From the affordable beaches of Albania to the countryside pubs of the United Kingdom, the data shows one clear trend. We want safety, real value, and authentic experiences. And yeah, we are willing to fly a long way to get them. But I gotta ask, did your dream destination make the list? Or are you planning something totally off the grid like Mongolia or Paraguay? Smash that like button if you are finally booking that trip this year. Subscribe so you do not miss our next deep dive. Safe travels and get that passport ready.